Welcome back to the Foundation. This is Swaytoven, and I'm starting this journey on creating a plugin. Um, I think there's a plugin that is actually out and about. I think it's called Code Producer by Output. It analyzes what you already have, and then it like suggests something that goes with what you have. And I kind of want to do something with that. I've had different ideas for different plugins, based off of what I like to do, with what like how I do it. Like so when I make projects, since you're listening to the Foundation, I like to put sounds together. All right, and sounds that sound good together, and I can use my ear obviously and try to like find sounds that already exist and all that stuff, or I can like run what I have through what I'm trying to create right here, and this is going to be able to analyze that and then create another sound that can just fit in there. And that's what I wanted to do, basically. Analyze what you already got, create something based off of the timbre. Sorry for the noise out there. The timbre, the brightness, and a bunch of other things. I'm assuming it's going to need to understand like when to stop or when something's full enough or something like that. Maybe there's not really a reference for that. Maybe because it could just might be able to keep adding things indefinitely. But yeah, it does work. Like whatever this is doing so far, it works, right? I have this random melody playing through instrument one, so it only works on the mixer track, which I wanted to work on like not just a mixer, but it's fine. As we can see, if anything, that this melody isn't breaking 1.0 on either of these scales. We're staying probably below 0.3, 0.4. If I were to turn the gain up on this, okay, we will see that we're hitting peaks going above 2 RMSs. Also, I think hitting above 2 for like a very brief, super nanosecond. But so far, it's analyzing the loudness, I suppose. All right. I wanted to be able to analyze other things like the frequencies and other stuff like that to be able to add stuff. So there's supposed to be more to this. This is just the bare minimum shell of nothingness. All right. Because it should probably also have like something to show, like, the spectral analyzer. If it doesn't, that's cool, I guess, whatever. Fuck it. But there should be more. There should be more stuff. So I'm going to work on it. I kind of made this today. It really wasn't that difficult. You kind of have to be able to just understand. You have to have good thought process, logic. All right. And that might not be the most easy thing because I'm fortunate enough to have taken some classes in computer science when I was younger. That being said, I don't need to know computer science to do this. I just need to understand how it works. Because I'm not planning on coding anything. If anything, ChatGPT got me this far. All right, literally made this off of like something called Juicer and Visual Studios to build this, to make the .vst file. All right, so it's just like, I think because this is a .vst, maybe this is why it's in the mixer. It's not like a DLL. I guess that makes sense. But the thing is about this is that if this is in the mixer, that means I'm gonna have to like, it just wouldn't. This is supposed to be a little bit more, by the way, because you're supposed to be able to like just do some more stuff with this. So I'm gonna have to like play around with it. But like, I mean, I don't, in terms of what the code looks like, in terms of like, what this was all looking like, just like this, No, I don't know what this means. You just need to know where to put it in at. So that involves some critical thinking. Along the way, you're going to learn what this means, but it's just like, if you ask the right questions, you can just say, hey, how do I do this from scratch, I guess, obviously, but like, you just can't be lost along the way. If you can see, I have a lot of things to do with music. I've had some more things to do with some other ideas that I've had, but yeah, basically I had to like just reiterate what I wanted this plugin to do from FL Studios. So it's just like, or from ChatGPT to make sure it stayed on track. So drop in the sound, analyze it, and it just shows important features, and it suggests some other things to match a vibe, I guess. So the generation part is like, how can you generate a new sound in the mixer? So this is why it can't just be in that little mixer version. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting. It's supposed to be doing this display as spectrum analyzer, but it's not doing that. So maybe I'll do that before I go to sleep. Probably not.